Hey fellas, how you doing? This is the weekly dividend reinvestment plan stocks. First, I'm going to take you through the numbers, and hopefully, I don't have to get up to do it. So here, that's right. So there is the website, computer share. This is in the portfolio section. Our portfolio value as of Friday was $34,628.02. I'm not going to go through all of it. We have a total of 13 stocks. I'm going to skip down. Most of them took what's called profits on Friday, so it's going to look pretty bloody there. All the arrows are red except for a couple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop when we get to Mercury General Corporation. Mercury General Corporation, it was at $49 per share. We have 2.37 shares. And if I was going to sell the shares, because I just decided that I'm not going to feed them anymore, I'm going to show you the company that we're going to pick up instead of them. But if I would have sold everything, we would have received $8.56. The $110 would have been for batch sales and all that kind of stuff, which is on me because I made a mistake. So the company that we are going to pick up is... Let me take you over here. Hopefully it won't burp on me. Go down here. All right. So if it stops thinking long enough. Okay. So we're going to go down here and we're going to search or buy a stock. The stock I decided to, its ticker symbol is called EMR. EMR. Emerson. It's an electric company. Okay, online investment fees. It is company pay. Okay, let me go back here. Let me do this properly. It says it requires $25 per transaction for at least 10 consecutive transactions. That is the drip requirement, or you have to initially invest $250. Now, why I picked this one is we have to invest at least $25 for 10 months. But here is the good part about this. Online investment, the fees, initial setup, 0. One-time investment, company paid. Reoccurring, company paid. Per share processing, company paid. Dividend reinvestments, company paid. That's probably the biggest reason, so we won't get our money eaten up by doing that. I'll give you a little gist on where we're sitting. So when you see it the next time, maybe by next week, if not the week after that, Emerson Electric Company should be in there. The other thing I did is I am going to show you Emerson Electric Company on the stock exchange. So, and here I will show you Emerson. Let me turn it around. Is it a sexy stock? Is it like Bitcoin and all that? No. And here I looked it up. Emerson Electric Company on the stock exchange. So, EMR is its ticker symbol. It's $124.37 per share USD. It's down a total of, right there, as of Friday. Can't be, yeah, that's Friday. So I'll take you down here. There's the daily, the weekly, the monthly. See how it went to the green? Annually. Went to the green, 5-year, in the green, max prediction, definitely in the green, and the projection. Now, this may not make a lot of sense to you. Let me see if I got thinking. Did I get the projection? Okay. Now, there's going to be, anyways, I don't want to explain a lot of that. I shouldn't have showed you that. This is one of the things I'm not exactly excited about when I try to show you guys about the dividend reinvestment stocks. Believe it or not, and even though I've been hit in the head a few times, I am actually considered a a pretty good investor. So I can't really invest with people because I can take advantage of them. So that's why I do this on a weekly basis so that you can see it. But let me show you how we're doing so far for this year. Overall, if you would have started with us back in April of 2022, you would have made $29,164.43. Our year-to-date increase is $2,147.67. Our gain this 7 days is $256.09. And you already gave you the total portfolio value. The thing I want to talk to you about is I got burned, and I did try a bunch of get rich quick schemes. On top of that, I used to be a criminal. When I got promoted myself, at the top of my game, I was what you call a bag man. Am I proud of it? No. Did I do it? Yes. Would I do it again? No. That's here nor there. I decided when I found out about Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, and the book I started off on was called The Richest Man in Babylon by Clayson. That's the book I recommend you buy and read. It's not a lot of pages. Let me see. I have a beat up copy of it around here somewhere, but I don't feel like getting up to show you. Anyways, dividend reinvestment stocks are actual stocks in a company you can buy without a broker. What we are focused on is using, and I stole this from Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. I stole it from, we don't invest in companies that don't make anything. We're not multi-level marketing guys. We're not investing in a new coin. These companies that we invest in have to make something that we need or use. So we have Amazon, we have electrical companies, we have water companies, we have food companies, we have Walmart, we have Amazon. So we're going to be just fine, but we're using dollar cost averaging, which is not sexy, which means if you spend $50 on the 1st, the 15th, or the 30th of the month with dividend stock, those are usually your days to invest. That money comes direct, that $50 comes out of our checking account on that day, every month, over time. We're going to use time and compound interest to grow our egg. Now, we started this back in April of 2022 with $6,500. All right. Is this the only account I have with ComputerShare? No, it's not. And if you get to a point to where you're making stupid, crazy money, I think at least you should believe in these two things. 10% of everything you make is yours to keep for the rest of your life. That's the motto. 10% of everything you make. That's off the top. That's gross. Off the top. You have to pay yourself first. That's the other part. We always pay ourselves first. Put a little into savings. We put a little into checking. We put a little into savings, and we put 10% into our dividend reinvestment stock plan. And we're going to use dollar cost averaging and time and compound interest to get where we want to go. Why I do this on a weekly basis is I don't ever want you to think that. I want you to believe or be able to believe in what I'm telling you is true. Therefore, I must be accountable to you for the things I say. It's why I'm bailing off of Mercury Insurance. That was a big mistake. Anyways, I didn't have a family when I was growing up. I had to learn about money the hard way, by trial and error. and a lot more error than trial. I've been taken advantage of. I scrimped and saved for so long when I was young to get $5,000 together to open a Charles Schwab account, and just got raped on front-loaded fees, 12B fees, which is their marketing fees. When you want to close the account, my $5,000 was eaten up. Anyways, so not a fan. So I wanted to learn how to do it on my own. I started, if you want to listen to somebody, I want you to listen to somebody that doesn't involve themselves in multi-level marketing. There's too many scammers in there. There's a guy called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's almost, I think he might be on his way to jail. There's a guy out there, his name is Kevin Trudeau. He is a massive scammer and went to jail for a long time. I'm not sure if David David or whatever his name is, but if I'm not mistaken, he's also a part of the multi-level marketing thing. I don't know if he does it now, but that's, to me, the only guys that get paid in that are on the top of the pyramid. Everybody else is just funneling the money up to it. It's why it's called a pyramid scheme. It's close to impossible to get out of there alive. It's the same thing with the coins, the bitcoins, and not Bitcoin, with these unnamed coins that people start out and then they rug pull you. I think the last one I watched with CoffeeZilla or Voidzilla is what he goes by. Those two names was a girl called Hak Tua. And anyways. This is things that you can objectively see grow. You can see the success that we're having, and it's tangible. $29,164.43 in about 3 years. Is it sexy? No. Will it get you where you want to go? Yes. What are we going to do with this $34,628? I don't need $35,000. But if I did, and this was my 10% of money that I was going to keep for the rest of my life, and I had a bill come up, or I had something terrible, or I got fired, I got laid off, I would go into the bank, and I would use this as collateral to get what's called a secured loan. It lets the financial institution know that you know what you're doing with money. You not only know how to save your money, you're not only a disciplined banking individual, and I suggest you use a credit union, not a bank. Credit unions are for the community. Banks are for profit, unless you're better off. And I have one of the credit unions I use now is GECU. I have a couple other credit unions that I use. Anyways, you get better. Anyways, I'm getting off the subject. So let's say by next Thursday or Friday, you have to have $10,000. You just have to have it to buy a car. You need a new engine. Your transmission went out. You have a bill. You got somebody you love got hurt in an accident, and you have to foot the bill till the insurance kicks in, or until you can get your lawyer to sue the shit out of that company and pay you off in the long run. Or you're suing somebody for wrongful termination or whatever else. You just need $10,000. We're going to go into the bank. We're going to put our $34,000 up as collateral. We're going to get a secured loan. They're not going to argue with you. You're still going to have to go through the paperwork and all of that BS. But you'll probably end up having to tell the bankers or the credit union personnel about dividend reinvestment stocks. Okay? There are people that are going to come out of the woodwork and tell you, you can't make any money. You won't make any real money out of that. We're using time, compound interest, and dollar cost averaging. If it's good enough for Berkshire Hathaway, that's Warren Buffett, it's good enough for me. Love you guys. This is one of the things I personally believe I can help you with, is financial literacy. All right? There's a guy online, I think his name is Ramsey, David Ramsey. He does a very good job. But I don't know enough about him, but the advice he gives is very solid. Yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Financial literacy is a cornerstone to your success in the long term. All right? Like a fart in a G string. From West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.